Hello, everyone, and welcome to the official Module 1. You all have completed the getting to know you / start of the class. And now we are going to get into the modules, which are always, like I said in the earlier announcement video, they're all going to have the same format. That way you know what's coming, you know what to expect, etc. All right, so before we dive into that, though, I want to talk about the videos that you all posted, which were fascinating. And obviously, you're going to see I comment on everything. I love hearing your ideas and your responses and seeing how it's going to connect to everything we're going to talk about throughout the semester. And not a surprise, not anybody has talked about how going virtually on their trip would be sufficient. Which really cuts down on our amount of field trips I had planned. They're all going to be digital. I'm just kidding. There are no field trips planned, digital or otherwise. All right. So I will always kind of comment on things I'm seeing in the projects, obviously, and the work is going to get a little bit more, not intense necessarily, but it's just going to get a little bit more adaptive to what we're going to talk about within class. All right. So you're going to go into the preheat, and this is going to have YouTube does this. It's going to say video unavailable, but like always, just put watch on YouTube. All right. This is going to give you the overview of if you want it in order to know how to move through the module. If you would rather read it, just read it through, but that's just in case you want it. All right. Then you go through the next. So after the preheat, which is going to be to go back into the discussion post and to comment on the videos, you then can move into the overview. It's going to give you an overview of the module, what it's going to focus on, etc. Then you go into the readings or the media links. So we have a collaborations document which you're going to be added to, and this is going to be our best practices. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you sites to look at or things to look at, and we're basically going to come up with this best practices document. All right. So the three I have are all about art because we're going to take kind of an art spin this semester for these. All right. So you've got the virtual gallery of NOMA, anti-gravity voting guide, and then also the road trip and literature. So they're all very different, but also connected in many ways. And then you have the two readings there that are linked. All right. So you want to go through, do the best practices, read the content, and then the quiz is going to be over that content that you read. All right. So go through just like last time, take the quiz. It'll submit it automatically. Obviously, you know the announcement page because you're on it right now. And then after that is going to get to your activity. All right. So you actually are going to be in teams for this activity because we're going to talk about how difficult is it to work with a team when it's fully digital. All right. So this page has the link of all of your different team names, right? And I tried to choose street names that are difficult to say for people who are not local residents, like you don't say Clio, it's the CL10, right? And so if your name is in bold, you are the leader of that team. As the leader, you need to contact all of the team members, link them all together. Obviously, I have the emails there in order to get started on the project. Okay. If your team leader, I would say by Monday or Tuesday, does not email you, take over. Right. So if somebody is not doing their job or who knows, they may be dropping a class, who knows what's happening, just move down to the next person, take it on yourself, and put those two together. All right, because once you're in your team, you are going to have the group activity of the digital framework. All right. And so what you're going to do is we're taking on Via Nola V since we're going to be using Via Nola V, and you are going to analyze it and break it down. Okay. Remember, everything is always due by Fridays at 12 o'clock. So this is going to be due by Friday 27th. You're going to see that you have all of these different segments, which you're going to analyze. I try to do at least 5 people per group. Some have 4, some have 6 because we have an odd number. And then just break it up evenly among your group. If you only have 4, you're still doing all parts, break it up evenly. All right. And then you're going to submit that. Each part of you will have your individual part. You don't have to submit it as a team. Each of you will individually submit something on Canvas. All right. Because you're only going to be submitting your sections that you covered. All right. And then if you have any questions, put them on the discussion board. That way we're doing very communal approach to these questions and the answers. Put them on there. We can use this as like an FAQ. All right. So keep working. Let me know if you have any questions. Y'all are doing great thus far, but we haven't really gotten into the meat of the class. Now we're going to start moving into that. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye bye.